What I love and what I hate.
Yeah. First, what's something you love about
Okay.
Montreal?
The best thing about Montreal is like the 7th, 8th, 9th biggest country in North America. People usually don't know that. And it's probably the safest country in North America. A girl can walk...
City.
City, yeah.
Yeah.
A girl can walk like at 2:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, and she's going to be safe. And I don't say that people are not harassed sometime in the street because boys are just stupid, and it shouldn't be this way. But overall, like there's more crime in the first hour of the year in a place like Chicago or something like that than there is in the whole year in Montreal. Every year, every time. So this safety, especially for women, it should be like that everywhere, and it should be taken as an example. This is great.
That's great.
Something I hate, kind of related, students coming from elsewhere and not knowing how people are nice here and wanted everyone to feel safe. They kind of lose it, and especially when they come from the States, they don't know, like this is the first time they can drink, because obviously over there it's 21 years old, so they come here, first time they can drink, they think it's this big vacation camp for 3 years and they're gonna come back and nobody's gonna remember what they did. People live here, guys. People live here. Like, this is our home. We're gonna still be there when you're gonna leave, so be nice. Like, people are living here. We're gonna have all a nice time, you know. So this is kind of tough sometimes. But anyway, it's pretty much the most beautiful city in the world, and especially for the people. And it's still quite a good kept secret, I think, because New York is near, so people, they tend to go there first, and they forgot that there's little New York here, and sometimes it's even better.
Thanks, man. What's your name?
My name is Carl.
Carl.
With a C, yeah.
I appreciate that, Carl. Have a great day, huh?
Sure.
Hi, are you a YouTuber?
Yeah, I am.
I've seen your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to move to Montreal.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I think you were like talking about Montreal a lot and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's me.
Oh my God. Okay, that's so. Your videos have been so helpful.
Oh, thank you.
Like so helpful, and like it's actually one of the deciding factors why I moved here. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes.
Where'd you move from?
I moved from Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So the city is way better.
You would be perfect for the video I'm doing today. So I was just interviewing that guy. I'm talking about what's one thing you love about Montreal and one thing you hate.
Oh, I don't think I'm ready for hate yet. Yes. Should I just start talking?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
What's something you love about Montreal?
It's definitely the people. The people are so kind and so welcoming, and they are willing to help you out even if you're a stranger on the street. Neighbors will come and deliver pies to you. They'll make sure you feel home. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. You're helping me out with my video just today, so you're spreading that positivity.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to help.
Do you have anything to add to that conversation?
No.
No? That's okay. Did you also just move to Montreal?
No, I lived here for like 6 years.
Okay. Yeah. So you must have something you hate.
The construction, of course.
The construction.
The guy with a YouTube channel, The New Travel.
Yeah, that's me, man.
Yeah, I like your channel, man.
How do you like Montreal?
For now, it's very good.
For now?
Yeah, for now, I like it. I made some friends. The city is very adorable. You know, it's a huge city, but you don't feel like it's a huge city. You feel like it's a very many small neighborhoods kind of combined together.
Yeah, I feel that
like
too.
It. Yeah. Well, continue the good work. I really
Thanks,
love
man.
your video.
Take care.
And are you asking, or should I like speak along?
Well, do you want to start with love or hate?
Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is something you love about Montreal?
I think one of the things I love the most about Montreal is seeing how people, dress in the streets. I really like how people are playing with clothes and hairstyles, and everyone's just expressing their style in a very like funky way. This is something I really like, inspires me a lot.
Ah, cool.
And something I hate.
Yeah, what is something you hate about Montreal?
I hate the lack of bike lanes. To be honest, I think we should do something about the bike lanes.
There's a bike lane right there. No.
I tend to use like Sherbrooke every day to go to work, and yeah, it's very dangerous for the bikes actually. So.
You like everything.
Yeah.
So you enjoy Montreal.
Yeah.
Pourquoi?
The vibe. It's just a good vibe. Qu'est-ce qu'on aime pas? Les travaux.
Les travaux, ouais.
The construction of the road and everything.
You like or you
No,
don't like?
No, I just like completely.
What do you think?
Moi, ce que j'aime à Montréal,
Ouais.
c'est la personnalité des gens. La personnalité.
What exactly? C'est quoi la personnalité de
mentalité.
Montréal?
La mentalité des personnes qui vivent ici.
C'est différent qu'à
Différent qu'en
France?
France, oui.
Comment exactement?
Ils sont beaucoup plus calmes, beaucoup plus respectueux aussi.
Ah, cool.
Et j'aime beaucoup aussi l'architecture ici, les bâtiments.
Ah. What's something you love about Montreal?
The architecture is the thing that I love the most. And the only thing that I don't like here in Montreal is the garbage that is everywhere. Like in the floor, right? That's what I don't like.
Okay. And you said you came from Colombia.
Uh-huh.
And you are also from Colombia?
Yeah.
But you've only been here for 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago. Yes.
What's your first impression of Montreal?
Well, I saw a lot of videos of Montreal, and it's interesting to be here. And I found in Montreal is kinda Europe, so maybe that was the reason that I come here. So.
And anything you don't like?
Maybe there are a lot of closed streets. It's weird because I mean I don't know why. For instance, in St. Catherine, the I don't know why, but I listened to actually there are a lot of builders and in this moment it's weird.
Construction.
For me. Yes, because I mean it's weird.
So, Antic, je suis né à Antic. Je peux le dire en français?
Oui, oui, ça marche.
Ah ouais, ok. Ben c'est ça, je suis né dans le quartier Antic. J'ai grandi à Antic, c'est un quartier que j'aime, que j'aimais.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qui n'est pas un quartier, mais plus comme quelque chose de la vie à Montréal que vous aimez? Pas de tout, hein?
Non, j'aime beaucoup Montréal. C'est juste
Ouais.
ça, avec ce qui s'est passé, là, avec ce qui se passe en fait, la
pandémie, hein.
les choses ont changé un peu.
Ouais, ouais.
Mais ce que j'aime de Montréal, c'est les gens, il y a toutes sortes de personnes. Donc on côtoie toutes sortes de gens qui viennent un peu partout d'ailleurs. C'est ça qui est cool. C'est ça qui est cool à Montréal.
Cool.
Bon.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous n'aimez pas, quelque chose que tu détestes de la vie en Montréal?
Justement, les restrictions qu'il y a présentement,
Ouais,
c'est
ouais.
chiant.
C'est ça. Hein?
Sinon c'est cool.
This is gonna be a long video. I feel like I got a lot of good answers today. The sun is going down. Let's see if I can get one more to end with. Something else I like about doing this style of video is every time I do a video where I approach strangers, I'm always super nervous at the beginning. Like getting the first person to talk is the hardest bit. But once you've done a few of them, you realize that most people are actually really cool. If you just approach in like a casual way and just explain what you're doing, like you'll be surprised how many people are willing to talk to a stranger. Dang, I just had a couple people say no in a row. Now I'm starting to feel self-conscious again. And it's getting dark out, so I'm gonna see if I can get one more little opinion on the streets of Montreal before we call this a video. Okay, as you can see, it's getting pretty dark out, so I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I didn't get any more interviews. But I did talk to one guy. He didn't want to be in the video, but he gave an answer. He said what he likes. Well, first he said what he likes is the summer, what he hates is the winter. And then he added to that, he hates the smell of marijuana. A very honest opinion on the city of Montreal.
My name's Malik.
Malik?
Yeah, Malik.
Nice to meet you. What's one thing you love about Montreal?
One thing I love about Montreal is it's like a European vibe, and like it's different compared to other places in Canada, kinda. And a lot of festivals too, and like community's pretty good for that. And then, you want the one thing I hate?
What's the one thing you hate?
The roads. To be honest, when I was driving around, the roads were confusing. A lot of one ways and very narrow. Other than that, everything is pretty good.
Ahmed de Algeria.
Je suis de l'Algérie. Alors ce que j'aime de Montréal, la sérénité, la paix que j'ai trouvée ici. La sécurité, la propreté et surtout le vivre ensemble. Ça veut dire qu'on trouve de tous les pays du monde des gens qui vivent ici, mais il n'y a pas de jugement de valeur, il y a pas de... Il y a une association et tout ce qui s'ensuit, voilà. Je me plais très très bien, donc je me balade tout le temps, je suis en train de me balader, voilà.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous détestez de Montréal? Quelque chose que vous n'aimez pas?
Montréal. Vous savez ce que c'est? C'est le fait que tout est carré, tout est minuté. Tout, c'est un peu exagéré. Vous savez, la propreté parfaite, le marché parfait, tout est. On a besoin un peu de sortir un petit peu cadre. Mais sinon c'est impeccable. C'est impeccable.
Merci beaucoup.
Allez, bonne journée. Merci.
Bonne journée.
Allez, bye. Merci.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You go.
Okay. One thing I love about Montreal is the community. It's just such a great hustle and bustle, walking around the streets, seeing all the shops, plazas, and just all the people. It's very lively, which is a great energy.
And is there something you hate about Montreal?
I've only been here a couple days, so I'm going to say no to that actually. The city has treated us very well so far.
What's one thing you love about Montreal?
I really love the food and also like the environment with like the people, because even when I speak my butchered French, they still understand and they're very polite.
You learned a little bit of French?
J'ai parlé seulement un peu de français à l'école.
And is there something you hate about Montreal?
I would say, I don't know if I would hate it, but I guess something that makes me, I guess, kind of like uncomfortable would be some of like the like weird people walking around at night, like in alleyways and stuff, like giving stares and everything. But other than that, I really like this place. It's really fun.
Guy Pierre,
oui?
De France.
Oui?
Qu'est-ce que c'est une chose que vous aimez de Montréal?
Ah, ce que j'aime bien de Montréal, pour ce que j'ai pu en voir aujourd'hui, le port, la cathédrale,
ouais,
que j'ai pu voir. Et puis ici, cet endroit où on est, là, et qui est, je crois, un des endroits, des quartiers les plus anciens de Montréal.
Ouais. Je sais que c'est votre premier jour à
oui.
Montréal, c'est vrai?
Oui.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous n'aimez pas?
Ah, je trouve que d'une manière générale, il y a une place qui est encore trop grande pour la voiture. Il n'y a pas encore assez d'espaces qui sont libres pour les piétons. Il manque des espaces comme ici où il y a un peu d'arbres.
What do you love about Montreal? What do you hate about Montreal? The silence says all you need to know.
J'aime beaucoup les fleurs et qu'il y a beaucoup de parcs. J'aime les gens aussi, ils sont très aimables, chaleureux. Et aussi, j'aime beaucoup les bâtiments ici dans la ville de Montréal. J'aime quelque chose. Et le festival aussi, j'aime beaucoup.
Et qu'est-ce que vous détestez de Montréal?
Je sais qu'on ne peut pas tout avoir, mais c'est le froid, l'hiver. La partie que j'aime le moins, c'est quand il pleut en hiver et après il fait plus froid et il y a la glace. Et aussi l'extrême chaleur. C'est pas beaucoup de jours pendant l'année, mais quand il fait très très chaud, parfois j'aime pas ça non plus. Si on n'a pas la climatisation, c'est pas agréable. C'est dur, ça peut devenir dur.
What is one thing you love about Montreal?
I would say the diversity. It is one of the most diverse city in like the whole Quebec, I think. So that's what I like the most. And you feel really accepted here. So yeah.
And is there something you hate about Montreal?
Maybe like the construction. I think everyone would say that pretty much, but driving here is really complicated. That's why it's easier to take the bus or the metro.
And what is your name?
Louis Rousseau.
Louis, what is one thing you love about Montreal?
I love the fact that it's, I feel that it is a safe place to live anywhere in Montreal, anywhere that I know of Montreal. I don't know, I hear that some areas are more difficult than other, but to me, and I like the beauty of the architectures. I love the two cultures that we have here, and I love the four seasons. The fact that we are looking always enjoying the present season, and when the other one comes, we say, oh, that season is nice too. Fall and winter and spring and summer. And when summer arrives, or even spring, we get the terrace out and we start enjoying the life, summer type of life. It has the, I feel some part the European cachet, and I like the history of Montreal. And I like the people, of course. People are very nice in Montreal. Yeah, I find.
So you found lots to enjoy about this city.
I don't have much to complain about.
But is there anything you could share, something you hate?
Well, I hate the restriction that they're placing on us in terms of freedom. We have too many regulations that restricts our freedom. Est-ce que tu le fais en français ou en anglais?
En français, si tu veux.
En français. Alors, il y a trop de réglementations. Par exemple, mon chien qui se comporte comme mieux que beaucoup d'êtres humains, je pense, il respecte toutes les stops, et il n'attaque personne,
Oui.
les enfants l'adorent. Les policiers ne cessent de me donner des contraventions. Il y a un règlement municipal qui dit que mon chien doit être en laisse.
En laisse, oui.
Mais c'est un règlement qui est applicable à la discrétion des policiers. Les policiers n'usent pas de leur discrétion et je pense qu'ils ne connaissent même pas la loi qui existe de cette façon-là. Le règlement de la ville exige une laisse. On donne un ticket parce que ça prend une laisse. On ne regarde pas si on cause un problème à la société, on ne regarde pas. On prend une demi-heure de son temps pour rédiger un ticket. Et ça, c'est un exemple. Et il y a beaucoup d'autres choses qu'on nous laisse vivre. Pour se dire oh, je t'aime.
I think it would be the people. I love the people of Montreal, like the culture and everything. Certainly like the city. I think that's the thing I would say I love about Montreal.
And how about hate? Is there something you hate about Montreal?
I say sometimes it's too crowded. It's like I love the people, but sometimes it's too many people. It's like you want to go somewhere, like certainly the metro sometimes is like not it.
Okay, I have to ask because my battery is about to die.
Okay, sure.
So, what's your name?
My name is Arjun.
Arjun?
Yes.
What's one thing you love about Montreal?
One thing I love about Montreal is that nobody gives a fuck and nothing's too weird for Montreal, and so there is some comfort in that anonymousness. Right?
What's your name?
My name is Maerizu.
Maerizu.
Yeah, exactly.
From Madagascar.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's one thing you love about Montreal?
What I love about Montreal, I think, is the diversity. About the people, the food, and all the things you can find here. And what I hate about it, I think it's going to be the construction the winter and the prices that are getting higher every year. Like.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Cool. Thank you.
Have a nice one.
Oh, what's your name? Dan.
Dan.
Yeah. So I do a YouTube channel. Okay. That's cool.
Yep.
I can tell you the name if you like.
Yeah.
What do you have in the box? I'm very curious now.
Poutine.
Poutine. Ah, nice. Oh. Whoa! It's like it's like a poutine pizza or something.
Yeah,
man.
something exactly.
That's me, the new travel.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Well, what I like about Montreal?
Yeah.
Well, everything. I mean, the streets that are closed, summers, the culture, tourists, everything around, all the different kind of people. And what I don't like about Montreal? Well, winters. That's it.
Winter, too easy.
Winters.
Only winter.
Yeah, only winter, really. Because
Yeah.
summertime, it's paradise, really. Even if some of the roads are blocked, I know it's not gonna last for like thousands of years. So in a few years, everything is gonna be fixed, and when it's fixed, it's very beautiful. So I have to be patient.
What's your name?
Jenna.
Jenna. What's one thing you love about Montreal?
I love the nightlife, the city nightlife.
Cool. Do you have something you love or still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
Okay. Jenna, is there something you hate about Montreal?
The construction,
Okay.
always.
Are you still mine?
Really?
Yeah, I was about to say I hate the construction.
Actually, a lot of people answer construction. Is there something else? Something else you hate?
Oh, sometimes like people are rude. Sometimes the people here aren't nice.
Like strangers?
Yeah, strangers. But I mean,
Interesting.
we put up with it. You know.
Like, did you grow up in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a fun place to be. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Good vibes.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier to find something I hate about it.
What's something you hate about Montreal?
I don't know. I feel like I don't want to answer French because that's a bad answer. It's just there's a lot of stuff that the government could work on.
Okay, like... I mean, I don't want to speak for you. Maybe it's hard as an English speaker is kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
There's like tension there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Especially in like schools, but also now in public places, there's a lot more French that's making it harder to live here if you speak English, primarily.
Just entering into the park. Let's see if I can talk to some people here. People are usually in a good mood when they're in the park. Maybe they won't be annoyed by this guy with a camera going up to him. I don't know. Oh man, there's so many people. This is kind of intimidating. Believe it or not, I do not like approaching strangers. This has not come easily to me. Sometimes I just look at someone, I'm like, oh, I want to say it, but then I chicken out at the last second. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it for YouTube. What's your name?
My name's Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick, what's one thing you love about Montreal?
Honestly, it's all the parks and the greenery. There's a ton of trees everywhere. And where I live in NDG, all the streets are lined with trees, and I really love that about the city. I feel like a lot more cities could use more greenery. So yeah, that's one thing I love about Montreal.
We got a nice greenery around us right now.
Making the most of the park.
Aw. Now the big question, Patrick, what's something you hate about Montreal?
One thing I hate about Montreal would be the lack of transportation to the West Island. There's a lot of stuff on the West Island, parks, beautiful parks, and even beaches that you can go visit, but it's kind of hard to get to. So I kind of wish there was a bit more access around there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I love Montreal. I've lived here my whole life, but it's just been, you know, something that, like, trying to visit friends and stuff like that, it always takes forever. So
appreciate it, man. What's your name?
Larry.
Larry, what's one thing you love about Montreal?
I like the diversity. I love the outdoors activities, the festivals, all the urban and the culture also. Everything that's artistic, they're really open to that. So I love that about Montreal.
Cool. Are you, by the way, are you Montreal born and raised?
I'm born here.
Oh, that's awesome. So you must have something you hate. What do you hate about Montreal?
I mean, I think it's temporary. Like right now, the parking, not the parking, but the constructions, the renovations.
Yeah.
But I understand the backhand behind it. I think the city, they took too much time to start doing it. So now Valérie started to do it all at the same time.
Oh, because I'm new to Montreal, so it wasn't always like this.
It's like
it's all happening now.
It's like all the mayors in the past years, they just didn't bother doing all the work. So now she just had everything on her table, and she decided to do all at the same time, which people were really frustrated. So they made a complaint. So then 2 years ago, she decided to slow down. So she stretched it out a little, but it's pretty frustrating when you're driving downtown and all the streets are closed and stuff. But I mean, the city itself, there's nothing much I hate about it, to be honest. Pretty happy over here. Pretty good life.
Awesome.
Where are you from?
So I grew up in Winnipeg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love the variety of like different types of people and different atmospheres that exist. So even between the boroughs and the neighborhoods, but also that like you can afford to live here kind of, so that you can see all of these different pathways of life and all of these different experiences with the immigrant communities and the communities around in different boroughs and stuff. I really like that.
Pathways of life. That's an interesting way to think about it. Like Montreal has all the different pathways.
Yeah, I had a professor, my professor had a guest lecturer who said a Spanish saying, which was every head is a world, but obviously in Spanish, which I don't know. And I really think about that when I look at this city too.
Now the tough question, is there something you hate about Montreal?
Yeah, well, I would say obviously it's stuff like the treatment of the homeless population and the disabled population is abysmal. Like I go to McGill and I have pretty bad like chronic asthma and I have to go walk up a mountain to go to class every day. And I can't imagine like if you were in a wheelchair, for example, even in the shuttle, if you have to cross McTavish, your wheelchair will tip over or roll. Like there's no foreseeable way to like safely get to classes that are at the top. And then all of the metro stations in the downtown core, so like Atwater, Peel, McGill, even up on the Orange Line, almost up to Barrie-UQAM, don't have elevators or accessible anything like that. And then the city doesn't have bathrooms, so for the houseless population, then there's a ton of issues like that. So the way that they treat like non-normative, like what they would consider non-normative populations, I think is a bit too old-fashioned for my liking.
What's something that you love about Montreal?
I think I like how active the activists are in the city. You see them do a variety of different things like protests. There's stuff happening all the time, everywhere. People, they're angry and they want their voices heard. Graffiti is one of the things I see all the time for actually the climate change that's currently happening right now. People are pissed about it. People want their voices heard.
On the flip side, what's something you hate about Montreal?
I feel like they need to invest more in their transportation system. It does suck. Like, it's good for Canada, it's great for a large city, but trying to get to the South Shore or like Point Claire or something, it's impossible right now. I know like they're working on the light rail, which is nice, but at the moment that's probably the thing I hate the most about the city is that it's a city, but it's really condensed to the mountain.
That was a good one. We're getting some interesting thoughts here. I think something when you're talking about the homeless population or the disabled populations, that's the kind of thing that you don't really notice when you're a tourist in a city, but when you live there, you start to pay more attention to. So we're definitely getting some interesting answers today. Let's see if I can get one or two more. What's your name?
Lila.
Lila, what's something you love about Montreal?
Something I love about Montreal is that you can travel not very far, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a bike or a few metro stops, and you arrive in a completely different neighborhood with a completely different energy and different opportunities. There aren't too many things that I don't like about it, to be quite honest. Sometimes people walk in the bike path and that really frustrates me, but that's not so bad, all things considered.
Ready?
Je peux pas voler.
On the spot.
I won't steal your thing.
Non, mais on peut genre, tu peux en rajouter or like.
Yeah. You want me to speak English?
If you're more comfortable, you can do French and
No,
I'll
no, no,
subtitle,
no.
but mostly it's English. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Henry.
Henry. What's something you love about Montreal?
I love the women of the women of Montreal. They're beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. And is there something you hate about Montreal?
Well, yeah, I'd say the weather. I really hate the weather in winter. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Pretty much it.
Straight to the point. I love it. And what was your name?
Gabriel. So
Gabriel.
Yeah.
What do you love about Montreal?
I love the people. Everyone's so creative, so lovely. Everyone's kind. They're so open to any kind of discussion or anything. So it's really nice being here. Yeah.
And how about the hate side of it? Something you hate about Montreal?
Yeah, I'd say like Henry, the weather, like when it gets to winter, it's the worst. Like getting around the metro, the bus, I'd say, just so bad. And people are really depressed, I feel like. And then so the mood's really off, and like everyone's in their own head, and like they're doing their own stuff. But when it comes to summer, like everyone's open.
vibing.
Oh yeah, everyone's vibing. Everyone going to each other. Like it's really nice. Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks. Do you need time to think, or you think?
I usually can't think of anything before I say it, so.
Okay,
just
I
blurt
dig it.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so one thing that I love about Montreal is the fun and the people. Oh, that's two. Okay.
No, you can vibe. You can go
I'll
with
say
more
Montreal
than one.
is fun. I love Montreal. I love one thing about Montreal, and that's it's so fun. There's people. I meet people all the time, such as yourself. You know, it attracts a lot of like interesting characters.
Awesome.
So that's what I love about Montreal. Okay, what I dislike about Montreal, first thing that comes to my mind is shit, there's like nothing coming to my mind. There's a lot of things that I don't like about Montreal. I can't think of them right. The construction.
Construction.
There we go. It's always under construction. Not that I drive. I literally don't even drive. I just like walk. I like ride a bike. But it's frustrating.
So you are from France originally?
Yeah, I am.
And how long have you been in Montreal?
I've been in Montreal for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
What's one thing you love about Montreal?
The community. Yeah, it's people.
The people.
Yeah. And
What about the people? What makes them special to you?
their spirit. I feel like I don't know. I'm connecting to another level with people here, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
On the other side, is there something you hate or dislike about the city?
The construction, maybe. Yeah.
You're soulmates. You give the same answers.
Oh my god. Wow. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool, well thanks.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
nice to meet you.
What's the difference between Quebec culture and French culture?
Wow.
This is a good one.
I wouldn't know much.
I don't know much either, but there's certainly differences that we can see on campus from French people, different from Quebec people. We don't have the same way of either speaking or acting with other people. I think French people are more like, they're really social and they go to other people, whereas Quebec people are like a little bit more introverts.
Yeah.
Not all of them, obviously, but yeah.
I am.
You correct me if I'm wrong here, but it felt like France had a more formal culture than Quebec. It's more, I don't know, it's less formal, a little more informal.
Yeah.
Quebec,
Yeah.
It's with the tu
more
and the
comfortable. Yeah.
You don't have to obey a specific standard here. You can say tu or vous when you refer to someone. But in France, you feel like if you refer to someone as tu, they would be, they would feel as if it's like disrespectful.
So we did a summer of research abroad in Paris.
Ah,
This
interesting.
summer, so I got to experience the way that he was treated over there. So it was a bit of
If it's okay, what
Yeah,
do you mean
yeah.
the way he was treated?
well, I mean specifically in Paris, they didn't really respect his accent
My
at all.
accents.
Yeah. So there's definitely, I don't know, a different flavor in their cultures, for sure.
Would you say that's universal? Like, do other people from Quebec experience that in France? Like,
I mean, for sure, other people in Quebec experience that because they have an accent, but I think it's not also related to French culture. It's just if anything, it's related more to Paris or to
Yeah.
Parisian. Some Parisian, maybe I got unlucky in some situations.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like for instance, like people from France, they're a group of like young French men are going to be louder on a street than a group of Quebecois. Because I play soccer with a bunch of French-speaking people from France, and they're generally much more. They say what they're going to say.
I arrived 1 year ago, exactly, like in
1 year?
August. Quand est-ce que tu arrives à Montréal? Moi, je suis arrivée en 2018.
ah, ok.
Puis j'ai fait mon processus d'immigration. Puis maintenant, je suis résidente permanente.
What is the biggest difference between people from Quebec and people from France?
Wow, they are like much nicer. Like here, you don't have like street harassment. That's the biggest point for me, because in France you cannot like walk around in shorts or like in some outfits. You're just bothered from everyone. Like they come and they just ask, hey.
You mean men in particular?
Yeah, men in particular. Like, I don't want to stigmatize, but like people come and they feel free to just come and bother you, and like because you're wearing shorts, they just they think you want something, or they are allowed to come to you, and here this doesn't exist.
Well, for an Anglophone like me, sometimes it can be hard to tell if someone is Quebecois or from France. Can you tell? And
Just
if you,
listen to how they speak.
Yeah.
what should you listen for someone who's like new to French?
The accent.
The accent. If you can understand very well what they're saying, they're probably from France.
In English, yeah. Like we're both native like French speakers. And yeah, I think we learned to speak English like pretty early on, especially here. Like in elementary school, we already speak English. And yeah, I really don't know my friends, but.
Tu regardes les gens passer dans le parc, puis tu vois de tout le monde. Tout le monde est ouvert, personne critique, personne se regarde mal. Genre c'est juste comme salut, bonne journée. Salut. Vivre et laisser vivre. Ouais, par rapport à la France. Genre moi en France personnellement, je me suis faite mal regarder parce que je tenais la main à ma copine dans la rue. Tu sais, genre t'es juste comme, tu peux pas être quitté vraiment.
What do you think is the difference between Quebec and France?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, Quebec is like France's like
Texas.
annoying, trashy downstairs neighbor.
And to be clear, you say this as Quebecois?
Yeah. There's like British people, and then there's like cowboy Texas Southern people. We're like that of France.
Yeah. Well, the main difference is obviously one is in Europe, one is in Canada. I've heard a lot about like French people, like they don't understand how like here, like how they speak French here compared to France. And I think it's better in Montreal, like better in Quebec.
What makes it better?
The people are nicer here, because I heard like French people like in Paris are actually like kind of stuck up.
So I came here and it was cheap because the government subsidizes for people to learn French here, and France doesn't do that. So that's one difference, and another difference is the accent. I started to get like a Quebecois accent when I speak French, and when I speak to my like any French friends from like France, they make fun of it.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose, petit ou grand, que tu préférais de France, de Québec?
Tu sais ce qu'on va répondre.
Quoi, la fromage?
Non, ouais, bah le fromage, oui, mais la température.
Ah.
C'est fou.
fou, il fait trop froid ici.
Moi j'aime le froid, ça dépend du monde.
Non mais moins 40.
Ouais, mais j'assume, c'est comme t'es là et puis tu le vis ton moins 40. Moi t'as toutes les saisons, moi j'aime ça. Ce que j'aime pas de Montréal par contre c'est les routes. Quand l'hiver est fini, t'as tous les nids de poules, puis en voiture c'est juste... ça marche pas.
Et les écureuils qui te harcèlent dans les parcs.
Ouais, c'est ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est les plus grandes différences entre Québec et France?
Bah, c'est clairement la mentalité des gens. À Montréal, en tout cas, les gens sont comme vraiment plus chaleureux directement, comparé à là où j'habitais en France, dans le sud de la France. Les gens sont vraiment comme hautains. Ils veulent juste montrer qu'ils ont beaucoup d'argent.
Autant c'est comme superficial?
They're bragging a lot.
Ah, c'est ça. C'est pas comme ça à Montréal?
Non. Les gens sont plus naturels ici. Tu peux parler à tout le monde sans problème. Là-bas, il y a vraiment des classes sociales qui sont définies.
Ouais.
Ça, j'aime pas trop. C'est pour ça que je préfère ici. C'est pour ça que j'ai déménagé ici.
What's one thing you think France does better?
I mean, wine is cheaper in France. Cheese
Yeah,
is
they
cheaper
do wine
in France.
better, yeah. They do alcohol better.
They do alcohol better, yeah.
On the other hand, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous pensez meilleur à France qu'ici?
Bah, la France, c'est vraiment juste pour les vacances que j'aime ça. Parce que là-bas, j'ai vraiment la plage, la vraie plage, la Méditerranée. Tu peux faire du ski, tu peux tout faire là-bas. Alors qu'ici, les paysages, c'est plat, ou sinon, c'est pas très varié ici, les paysages, je trouve. La France est un beau pays, mais le point négatif, c'est les gens, en général.
J'aime aussi la diversité qu'on a ici sur l'île de Montréal, qu'il n'y a pas nécessairement dans tous les pays au monde et qu'il n'y a pas nécessairement dans toutes les villes au Québec. Puis l'ouverture d'esprit à Montréal, je pense que c'est l'endroit le mieux où j'ai vécu. Ouais.
Je peux mettre du vernis sans me faire juger.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ah, c'est ça.
C'est ça.
En France, les gens, ils m'insulteraient, là.
Ah ouais?
Ouais.
Wow.
C'est très difficile à dire c'est quoi la différence, je dirais, entre les Français et les Québécois. C'est deux mondes complètement différents. Depuis les centaines d'années qui nous séparent, bien, chacun a pu évoluer en tant que population à sa juste personnalité. Ce que je peux savoir, la différence, ce que moi, les Français me disent, parce que moi, j'ai jamais été en France, mais ce que je peux comprendre des Français, qu'est-ce qu'ils me disent du Québec, c'est qu'on est vraiment des personnes beaucoup plus gentilles en général, avec peut-être un peu plus de respect pour les autres. En France, les gens sont beaucoup plus habitués de se confronter. Ici, les gens ne sont pas habitués à la confrontation.
What's the difference between Quebec culture and culture from France?
Yeah, I feel like France has kind of like France and Quebec, they kind of like, so though they have like same roots, they kind of like diverge into different paths. I feel like Quebec is more like Americanized than say France. And yeah, even the language is different, the food is different, everything is different.
I know this is hard. Of course, you're a student, you're coming from India. Do you think you could tell if someone is from France or Quebec?
No, that's really difficult because people, like for me, people speak French. And so it's hard to differentiate Quebec French, say, from French French. I mean, if you ask me the difference between, say, Pondicherry, which is like a former French colony in India, and Quebec, it's very different because...
Wait, what's the name again?
Pondicherry.
It's a French colony in India. I had no idea.
It used to be a French colony, but right now it's like an Indian Union territory. It's a part of India.
Wow.
But it used to be a French colony. And it's like near to my city. Like I'm from Chennai. So Chennai is like a British stronghold. It used to be a British stronghold. And near to it is Pondicherry, which is like the French stronghold. And so they always have fights over there. And right now...
Put the English and French anywhere, they will fight.
Fight everywhere, yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est la différence entre la France et Québec?
Il y en a beaucoup. Beaucoup de différences.
Ouais.
Ben, c'est l'Amérique du Nord. Alors, tout ce qui est nord-américain est différent de ce qui est européen. Moi, je dirais plus qu'est-ce qui nous reste de la France.
I mean, I arrived just yesterday,
but people tend to be more kind here, more helpful. I don't know, it's more chill. It's like people in France are often stressed. I don't know, it's very tired.
Where in France are you from?
I used to live in Bordeaux, but I left a few days ago. So.
Okay. Now you're here to stay?
No, I'm just traveling. Canada, US, and Mexico.
Il y a beaucoup de créativité à Montréal. Il y a beaucoup d'artistes, parce qu'il y a un jointement de deux cultures, ben peut-être, parce que c'est un jointement de deux cultures, puis on se sent plus libre à ce moment-là. On est moins contingent, on est moins encarcané par un style. On peut comme ouvrir nos styles, puis imaginer quelque chose, parce qu'on a deux cultures. Le français qui apporte quand même une tournure d'esprit différente, puis l'anglophone qui est plus, je dirais, je sais pas, peut-être, moi c'est une idée que je me fais, peut-être un peu plus rationnelle, un plus money thinker, puis la France qui est culture, joie de vivre.
Ah, c'est intéressant. Donc, anglais, c'est comme capitalisme et France, c'est comme la culture.
Vraiment, mais tu sais, dans la France, il y a tellement de bons restaurants à Montréal. D'après moi, ça, c'est l'influence européenne parce que la nourriture ici, c'est important. Là. Les Québécois se rassemblent puis on partage nos recettes.
So, I've interviewed a few people from France who moved to Quebec. Lots of them are saying things they don't like about France, but I'm trying to get some good things too. Is there something you love about your country? Something you're proud to be French?
It seems cliché, but the food and the culture. I mean, food are very great in France, and we have a lot of historical building, long history of the country. So it's probably the greatest part of France for me.
Yeah.
And also the country, there is a lot of beautiful places, like Azure Coast, Nice, and that kind of stuff. Biarritz, Paris also, of course. Voilà.
Thanks for the interview.
Good luck.
Et bienvenue à Québec.
À Montréal, un gros problème qu'on a, c'est les gens qui font des tags. Donc leur signature, graffiti, un peu partout sur la ville. On voit beaucoup moins ça dans des beaux pays en Europe, mais on a ça à Montréal puis personne ne fait rien pour ça. Et moi, je suis une personne qui s'en plaint récréativement.
There's no way I'd ever live here and own a car. The construction, construction's rough.
Construction's rough.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You wanted something a little deeper?
No, I mean that works. Construction.
On va passer dans une interview.
Okay.
Incroyable.
Test.
Ce que je n'aime pas de Montréal, c'est un peu plus compliqué. Il y a un peu de discrimination de temps en temps. Moi j'ai remarqué à Montréal, on va dire que tu veux travailler dans une grosse compagnie. Toi t'es comme moi, je suis marocain, je suis arabe. Et on va dire que t'as des diplômes, tu viens d'ailleurs, t'as des bons diplômes et tout. On va dire que tu veux devenir, directeur. Tu pourras pas, parce que eux ils veulent que la personne qui représente la compagnie, ce soit une personne blanche de peau. C'est pour ça que les gens un peu d'ailleurs, ils créent leur propre business. Ils essaient pas de travailler pour quelqu'un, parce qu'à Montréal, c'est quand même compliqué.
J'ai vu une de tes vidéos sur YouTube.
Moi, j'ai vu.
Oui, tu demandais justement aux gens ce qu'ils aimaient ou ce qu'ils n'aimaient pas. C'était très bien. Je l'ai écouté au complet pour le rate sur YouTube. Je sais que c'est important pour le visionnement.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous n'aimez pas de la ville? Quelque chose que vous voulez changer?
Non, vas-y en
premier. Non, vas-y, commence.
Ben moi en même temps, c'est pas la ville de Montréal, mais justement l'hiver, moi je trouve que c'est le moment difficile où est-ce qu'on reste beaucoup à l'intérieur de chez nous, puis là, tout à coup, on dirait que la ville est comme en hibernation, parce que justement, il y a tellement de choses l'été, on regarde autour de nous, là, il y a des centaines de personnes au parc, mais l'hiver, il y a personne, donc la ville est comme un petit peu en dormance.
Vas-y.
OK. Ce que j'aime le moins de Montréal, malheureusement, c'est les disparités économiques qui sont tellement rapprochées entre les quartiers. C'est fou de savoir qu'il y a un enfant qui naît dans Hochelaga-Maisonneuve a une espérance de vie de moins de 9 ans qu'un enfant qui grandit à Outremont. Moi, je trouve que c'est complètement absurde que quelques kilomètres, là, la densité, elle est si petite pour une diversité là, de classes qui est complètement absurde. C'est définitivement quelque chose que j'aime moins. Et évidemment, les nids de poules, là,
Également, là,
Disparité académique.
Égalité pour...
I'm Madison.
Madison?
Yeah.
And
I'm Henry.
Henry, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Are you
to meet
from
you.
Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from the suburbs. To be fair.
Awesome.
So a little bit outside, but
Yeah,
you're from here.
I'm born and raised right here on the plateau.
Now the hard question, what do you hate? Who wants to go first? What do you hate about Montreal?
I'll go for it. I mean, this could be an unpopular opinion. I know there's a lot of divide about this, but the current political sphere. Moi, je suis bilingue. J'adore le français. Je suis en plus comme je suis un anglophone qui pousse pour ça. J'aime le français. Je pense que tu devrais apprendre le français. Je pense que c'est un marqueur culturel d'où on vit qui est très important. Je suis pas contre ça. That being said, like even though I'm not in no way against like pride of Quebec, like I think the current political spectrum, I mean I'll just say it, like Legault, François Legault, the current person running our province, has an agenda that is 100% like pseudo-Trumpism. Like it's based in vilifying immigrants and people who are of like different religious cultures especially, and like the fact that it's just passed. This is a very, like I said, like this is a very tension thing. This is why I speak about Montreal that way, is like it's like the same as the States and everywhere. It's a very city versus country type of thing. Like Legault has very little support in Montreal here among French Canadians. Like he is not, I'm not trying to state that it's a French Canadian like drive to do that. Just so happens the current person in charge, the way he platforms his ideas is usually like he just scapegoats essentially, like, you know, like I'll say it bluntly, like he scapegoats immigrants.
Well, thank you for your honesty. Wow.
No problem.
We went deep. Madison, how about you?
It's a pretty good point. I second a lot of what you were saying about the political situation here, and I think it's frustrating most of all to be a Montrealer within Quebec, because it's like all of Montreal's politics and like positive socialist policies can be like neutered by the fact that we're situated within this province that often doesn't really care about like this one metropolis here. Something else that I'm more scared of for Montreal's future is how housing is going to become increasingly unaffordable. Like I love that it is currently affordable in many places in Montreal, and I'm afraid that that's going to go away, and that like gentrification is going to ruin a lot of really beautiful areas that we have here. So hopefully that won't happen, but it looks like it kind of is already in the process.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous voulez changer? Qu'est-ce que quelque chose que vous n'aimez pas?
Ben oui, la ville qui s'anglicise, la ville qui devient de plus en plus anglophone, où on perd un peu notre identité.
Donc, à votre avis, si quelqu'un comme moi voulait venir à Montréal, c'est nécessaire de parler français, c'est nécessaire
Faut avoir
d'être
comme
une
objectif.
partie de la culture.
Oui, pour faire partie de la vie, pour faire partie de la communauté, oui, certainement.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de mon français? C'est comme
c'est
ci,
très
comme
bien.
ça.
Oui, où vous avez appris?
Juste en école quand je suis jeune, et maintenant j'aime beaucoup parler les
Ah oui, mais vous parlez très bien, vraiment. Félicitations, continuez.
Évidemment, il faut noter, mais ça va un peu pour partout dans le monde, mais la brutalité policière. Montréal est quand même un peu reconnu pour avoir une force policière assez bien armée, assez bien financée. Donc, il utilise excessivement la force, puis il aime bien aussi montrer dans ce trip d'ego-là un peu. Je pense qu'au niveau politique aussi, il y a beaucoup de problèmes. On n'est pas très bien servi. Puis même si on aime se croire égalitaire, ouvert d'esprit et tout, on est en réalité extrêmement problématique. Donc on est loin d'arriver à l'émancipation que Montréal se promet et promet, je pense aussi, dans tous ses pamphlets touristiques. Là.
Okay, you study at McGill?
I do, yeah.
Is there something you hate?
I will say, not everything looks as great as you think it should be. A lot of construction is really tough sometimes to deal with. And as someone from California, the weather sometimes is hard for me to deal with. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, no worries. Is there any way I could like find this?
I'm not sure if you can be integrated so easily here as you are in Toronto. Lower level conflict between the two minorities makes it more difficult for the third parties come here and integrate themselves in one of the two. There are choices, but basically, so that's one problem.
So to understand, if an immigrant comes, they have to decide between the English and French culture kind of thing?
Not necessarily, but to some extent, yes. To some extent, yes. Sometimes they are forced because of the school system. So, in that respect, I feel there's still friction between the two major minorities. After 30 years from the referendum, there's still some underlying. I'm living in an area with many Francophone people, and they are ironical with respect to the English people, and English people are ironical with respect to them. You know? So, what I like else is a lot of sports facilities, pretty good sports facilities. So I just beside myself, I have 2 parks. I'm able to exercise in those parks. I feel healthy. I'm at a certain age when my physical condition is important, you know. So I also skated, and still has reasonable parks. In terms of size and variety. Like this one at McGill is still pretty beautiful. But I don't like here, for example, I'm going to give you one example just to be very pointed. So I'm here in McGill. And just to see that after so many years, John McGill statue has been put in a corner and hidden from us, I feel this is revolting. I mean, I respect the rights of the newcomers and whatever they are, but they should also respect the contribution of the people who were in between. Like John McGill was a representative of the English-speaking business, and I felt that part of Canada was very important in its development. You know? I mean, I don't have anything against emphasizing the rights of the autochthons and other stuff. You cannot just throw John McGill in a corner just because he was a bourgeois when he civilized all this center area somehow through his donation. So this is one of the things that bothers me, you know.
So you're born in Montreal. Tell me, what do you love about the city?
I mean, Montreal's nice. You know, a lot of people, a lot of diversity, you know, a lot of it. It's a good, like, honestly, I've been to a lot of places. You know, New York, I've been to Toronto, I've been to a lot of places. There's, like, honestly, Montreal's a different vibe, you know. It's
What makes Montreal different than somewhere like Toronto?
honestly, it's the people. It has to be the people. People there are, like, different. It's, like, they're nice. You know what I mean? Like, Montreal is the nicest city in, like, the whole world, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you're not from here?
I moved here like 2 years ago.
Where are you from?
So I grew up in Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg.
So, like, middle of nowhere in Canada, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Compared to Montreal.
I mean, you know, there's some things to do, but it's not Montreal, of course.
Like, good cars,
good
cars, great people, I guess.
Now, the tough question, is there something you hate about Montreal?
Cars, like this example, there's a girl I want to pass. Something I hate about Montreal, I mean, lately there's been a lot of violence, a lot of crime, like knives and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like the youth is really, like, how do I say it? The youth is like degrading.
They're trying to be like America, maybe.
Exactly, like Chicago, or, you know, some places like this, and, you know, crimes have been, like, really high lately. You know, I'm from Montreal Nord.
Ah oui?
Yeah, so I see a lot of it. You know, it's getting deeper, but hey, listen, man, Montreal's a good place. Great nightlife.
Is there something you don't like? Something you want to change in Montreal?
But now, for the moment, now we have a problem coming with the guy, boom boom, you know, the
violence.
Yeah, so with the arms, bang bang, you know, for no reason. It's a gang. There's gang, you know. It's but we cannot control the arms. Where the arms come from, you know, we are close to USA.
Right.
In USA, it's normal to have an arm. So us, it's not normal. Nobody have arms in the house.
So that you think we have more violence today in Montreal?
The violence, you know, it started from 5-6 years. It was like that in Toronto. Now Montreal got that also. We try.
Do you feel worried about this, or you still
I
feel
not
safe?
stay home because of that. No, I will walk. You know, because if you are afraid of everything, we have to stay home. No.
Oui, c'est
So
ça.
it's a bit like that, but I love here to live here because I like to walk and it's fun for me.
Ouais.
So it's like that.
Ah, merci beaucoup.
Ça fait plaisir.
C'était vraiment
So,
intéressant.
Have a good stay in Montreal.
What's your name?
Claude.
You too.
Oh, what's
up, bro?
What's up? What's your channel?
It's called The New Travel.
Okay.
The New Travel.
Attends. Il faut t'abonner là.
Vous venez de Montréal?
Ouais.
Ouais.
Ah, c'est cool.
Ça s'appelle comment?
The New Travel.
Ah, j'adore. On va flex à nos amis, on va dire on est dans une YouTube vidéo.
C'est cool, c'est cool.
Okay, bye YouTube.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Let's go.